Hello everyone again, we're now to the second part of the Lua tutorial, and today we're going to be learning about if statements. Now if statements are conditional, meaning that they check if something is that. So we're going to make another variable which is going to be b, which is going to be +2. So we're going to be learning about if and else. If is it's conditional. So in speech, in English, you say if I need to eat, I will eat a grape or something. So you go if. Now the first thing is if the variable a equals the variable b, then now here we're going to write what happens if those two are the same. You don't have to indent it, but it's easier on the eyes. So if a equals b, then print they are the same. Else. So else in speech, so say if I need to eat, I will go and eat a grape. Else, so if I don't need to eat, else I will not eat the grape. So else I'll print they are not the same. So now we're going to use the end statement to show that we've finished the if statement and the else statement. If you're just using an if on its own, for instance like if a equals b, then print t, you would put the end statement there. If there is not an else, if you're not going to use an else statement, use the end statement at the end of the if statement. Okay, so yeah, so let's try this. So, but we know that a is 42 and b is 44, so we know that they're not going to be equal. So let's see what the computer thinks about that though. So the computer tells us that they're not the same, as we would have expected. So now let's just make b equals 42 as well. Now we know that they are both 42 and that they should print out they are the same. See? They are the same. So now we're going to add another variable into the mix, a c variable, which is going to be 45. So we're not just restricted to ifs and elses. We can say if I want to eat, I will eat a grape. Else, if I am a bit hungry, I will eat a pizza. Else, I will not eat. So the Elseif is one word, and yeah, so Elseif a equals c, then a, and then print a equals c. So in this case they can only print one of them. So a test, because it goes procedurally, so that means one, then the other, then the other. So we'll check if a equals to b. If it is a, if a equals b, then print they are the same. But because all three of these are not mutually exclusive, meaning that multiple of them can happen without the other ones not happening. What? So they're mutually exclusive. I don't know how to explain, just Google it. And then that means once it's if they are the same, then it will just break off and not print the other ones. So let's just make this one also 42, and we'll see how that works. So they'll only print they are the same, even though a also equals c. It can't get there because it's an else if. So if a doesn't equal b and a equals c. But we can change this. We can just make it if. We're also going to have to put an end here. So if a equals b, then print they are the same. if A equals C, then print A equals C. So it should, because now they're not mutually exclusive, once it's checked if A equals B, then it'll print they are the same. Then it'll check A equals C, and now because A equals C, it'll print A equals C. So let's try this out. So now you see it prints both out, because they don't have to be an Elseif, because they're not Elseif. Next, I'm going to demonstrate how it doesn't have to be equals. It can be other Boolean operators. So by that I mean A equals B. It can be A equals is greater than, A is less than or equal to B. So it'll check if B is bigger than or equal to A. We can have less than or equal to, A is greater than or equal to B. So check if A is bigger or equal. We can have A is greater than, B is greater than A, and we can have not equal to. So if A is not B. They are the main ones which you should learn. And so for instance here with not, we can say if this is 43, so if this is 43, we know that they, what? Oh yeah, so yeah, I got confused. So if it's 43, then these two are not the same, so print they are the same. But that's just misleading, because they still say the same things there. So I was very confused. So now we can do if we can now say if is, what? We can now say if A is less than or equal to B. So, we'll just say A is less than B. So now we can change it so I don't get confused again. You can say if it is B is bigger, otherwise print C is, no, A is bigger. So B is bigger, as we thought, because B is 43, which is 1 more than 42. So that's pretty much everything you need to know on if statements. They are vital when you're coding and programming, as they are just very important. So learn this one well, as it appears in every programming language, and you need them a lot. That's everything for this episode. Goodbye.